let's talk about feminism in India.
When I talk about being a feminist online or even in offline spaces, the first words that I hear are feminazi, man-hater, feminism is cancer.
Feminism uses words and ideas to change the way we see gender.
Is feminism anti-men?
The definition of feminism is basically somebody who believes that men and women are equal and deserve equal rights and treatment in the world.
एक तो हम feminism बोलते रहते हैं. It's actually a very widespread sort of historical set of movements.
Actually, feminism is a very liberating idea.
This is a News Laundry podcast and you're listening to Let's Talk About.
Hi, this is your host Chehak Gupta and we'll be talking about the feminist movement in India. Feminist. What do you think of when you hear that word? Or perhaps a better question to ask would be, who do you think of? What is the silhouette of the idea thus formed in your mind? Is feminism just a buzzword that you hear infrequently on social media and redundant TV debates? Or an archaic idea that now seems obsolete, a thing of the past? Have you ever felt that you're not the subject of your own speech, your own story? That your reality is constantly being defined by forces outside of you? The reality of always being seen by the other, being a subject to the desires and frustrations of the male gaze, but never being granted subjectivity. That is the first question that feminism deals with. Who has the speech and who is being spoken of? Feminism is a term loaded with historical and social context, and yet it acquires different meanings for different people.
I think, feminism is at one level a theory. It's a theory of the subordination of women.
Indian feminism in general lacks a lot of representation from people in the margins, and a lot of the platforms that try to be intersectional, they end up being tokenistic sometimes.
Intersection feminism is the only way to go. Like, you cannot take a stance where you're saying that only the concerns of, say, cis heterosexual upper class women matter, and none of us, we just have to wait our turn or anything like that.
Feminism has to be and is fluid in that way. It doesn't focus only on gender. Its concern is with equality, democracy, and justice. And it recognizes that there are many axes of injustice and inequality.
There is no one feminism, but all feminists agree that it is a fight for equality and a struggle for literal and metaphorical space, not only for women, but all those who have been oppressed, historically wronged. Social contexts have defined feminist politics and the way it has evolved over the years. The Indian feminist movement, and I refrain from calling it the women's movement on purpose, has its own distinct history, different but not divorced from the fight of our sisters in the West. It's difficult to contain the magnanimity of the Indian feminist movement into a linear narrative. So, instead, we can call them India's feminist movements. These are dispersed and expansive histories from different regions, social groups, and political organizations. This podcast does not aim to encompass all that the feminist movement in India has achieved or strives to achieve, but will try to delve into the complexities of the movement.
That was just a sneak peek because this episode is behind a paywall. If you want to hear the entire episode and more amazing podcasts like Let's Talk About and NL Hafta, subscribe to News Laundry. Support independent media, support News Laundry.